I'm Stephanie, and this is Snowdome of the Day, the Advent edition. Today's Snowdome is a figural in the shape of a wreath. It's two-sided, it's old enough to be a little bit rickety, and the design is such that we cannot refill it. So it's still a happy Snowdome, but it's a little bit dry in there. That might be all right for the safety of the choir that's inside, singing next to a Christmas tree. They are not wearing masks, but they do have a protective layer of plastic around them. The word of the day for today is delight. And I know I've been delighting in seeing people pulling out their Christmas decorations. I know I've made a trip to the attic and found a couple aluminum Christmas trees and some shiny bright ornaments for them. I've been delighted to see what our neighbors have come up with. Exterior lights, displays in the windows, some folks choosing to decorate a little bit earlier than they do in some years. Some folks have been putting out wreaths. This time of year, pastors get questions like this. Are Christmas trees pagan? Are wreaths pagan? And usually I send people to the internet and ask them to look it up themselves. Here's the thing. No matter what the history of some of these symbols are, there's still a lot of good stuff in them. And here's what I think about wreaths. I think wreaths are delightful any time of year. Circles, which most wreaths are a version of, make me really happy because they remind me of God's unending love. Greenery this time of year makes me really happy because it reminds me that spring is coming and that even when I made up a story that everything outside was dead, that is not true. And the evergreens in our life remind us that we can even see that things are still alive. Now, if you decorate with a plastic wreath, you have the added advantage that it probably will not catch on fire, although it may melt, so you need to still be careful with it. So in the wreath, we find symbols of faith and hope, and for some folks, that wreath ends up lying on the table as part of an Advent wreath, a favorite ritual for some families, and one that we find in many worship services as well. I hope today that we can take time to delight in the symbols of this season, the stories of our faith and the ones that our families tell, and perhaps stories that we create about the older stuff that we've found along the way that might have stories that are unknown to us, but yet are still out there in the world as we share our stories of Christmas, of resilience, of faith, and delight. I'm delighted that you joined me today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.